everyone, my name is Ashita and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is about how to be more productive, or you can say how to be more efficient. Since we all are in quarantine and most of us are working from home, and even if the lockdown opens after that also, work from home is going to be a new normal. And while we all would agree that working from home is different from working from office, and no matter what, how much we try to be efficient at our work, while working from home, we tend to lose our efficiency a little bit. So in today's video, I'm going to share some productivity tips that will help you work in a better way. And if you're a student, you can apply those tips while you're studying and you will be able to achieve more productive results. So without further ado, let's get started. So before we start with the tips, I just want you guys to know that most of the tips that I'll be sharing in this video are from a book by Stephen Covey. The first one being proactive. We humans have a really great capacity to be proactive, but instead, most of us choose to be reactive. We choose to be reactive to external situations or circumstances and let them dictate the course of our life and affect our behavior and emotions. For example, someone might feel just grumpy because of the fact that the weather is not good. I mean, what's good about complaining about the weather? While proactive people make their own weather by constantly assuming responsibilities and making conscious decisions. They are more decisive and they are a problem solver. They focus on the solution rather than the problem itself. So it is really important to take decisions and not only just make decisions for the sake of taking them, rather converting those decisions into actions and proactively working on them. The second one being begin with an end in your mind. As it is said that every task or every action happens twice, once in our mind and once in reality. The more exact and realistic mental picture of the action is, the more will be the better execution and hence the better results. Visualization anticipation works in all situations. So take up time required for visualization. As it is said, it's better to ask twice rather than losing the way once and for all. It is important to anticipate the action and the desired results rather than just relentlessly working towards a task, possibly in the wrong direction. We need to understand that there is a difference between being effective and efficient. Most of the time, we spend our time accomplishing those tasks or those goals that are not even important. And that is because of the fact that we didn't make plans or long-term goals beforehand. There's no point making progress in wrong direction. So a really good habit of effective people is that they plan things beforehand and they know what their goal or destination is. Effective people just don't follow things thoughtlessly, rather than they focus on the things that really matter. And the best way to do that is to make a mission statement. A mission statement is nothing but a to-do list. So it is advisable to make a list of all the things that you want to do. I would suggest making that list at night for the next day, so that when you wake up, you know what your goals for the day is. Or if you don't want to do it at night before the day, you can do it first thing in the morning. Dedicate time in writing the tasks that you want to accomplish. While it is important to make a list of the things that we want to achieve, but writing everything is not important. Just write the tasks that are really important and that will make an impact. Because it just gives us so much satisfaction by crossing the things on the to-do list that are not even important while the important tasks are still pending. So I would suggest make it short but keep all the important things. While making a to-do list is really important, another important thing is to tie yourself to a timeline. When you're writing the to-dos for yourself, also estimate the time that you will be required to do that task. For example, if you want to write a blog, you dedicate 1 hour to yourself for writing that blog and you'll complete that in an hour. But if you'll dedicate 4 hours to that task, that will actually take 4 hours in completing that. So it is really important to be realistic while assigning timelines to the task, and only assigning the timelines will not help unless and until you stick to them. So just make a to-do list, tie yourself with the timeline and stick to it. So the next tip to be more productive or more efficient is to put first things first. Now when you have your to-do list ready, it's time to live that in and out. This is a challenging task and demands good time management skills. Now, what you need to do is you need to rigorously prioritize things that are important so that you can tackle the important things first and then move on to the less important task. This can be done by characterizing the task into buckets of urgency and importance. So you can make a list of the things that are really urgent and important, then the tasks that are not urgent but important, then towards the tasks that are urgent and not important, and lastly the tasks that are neither urgent nor important. So while you characterize the task accordingly, you will be able to focus on the tasks that are really important and urgent. So the next thing that you need to do is to find the most productive time for yourself, because some people are more productive in the morning while other people are more productive at night. So you can plan your day accordingly. If you are a morning person, you can assign the morning time to more important tasks or the tasks that require more mind, so that you can complete those tasks when your mind is fresh. And you can schedule the less important tasks or the tasks that do not require that much of mind application for the time of the day when you are a little less productive or a little lazy. So the next tip is to sharpen your saw. And this is the most important and most relevant of all the points that we have discussed so far. Because if you don't pause to take care of yourself, the progress that you have made to achieve the effectiveness so far will be very short lived. So it is really important to take breaks also. So while you plan your day, it is also important to plan the breaks. Because if you will not take breaks during the day or during the course of your work, you will exhaust yourself and you won't be able to maintain all the good habits that you have developed so far. So find time for relaxation. And while you take break, you can decide whatever you want to do. You can just go for a small walk or listen to music or read something else. Like whatever you feel is good for you, you can do that in the break time, so that when you just resume your work, you can put in more energy to the work that you want to do. The next thing is to cut out distractions. While some people have a really great willpower to put away all the distractions while they're working or studying, but most of us fail in doing so. So if you are also a person who get distracted really easily, you need to identify the distractions and you have to cut on the distractions purposely. For example, if you have the habit of checking your phone constantly whenever you get a notification, you can just put your phone on airplane mode while you're working. Or if you don't want to put your phone on airplane mode, you can just block the apps that you think are really distracting. And also, while you take a break, it is important to set a timer for yourself. So for example, you want to take a 10 minutes break and you want to scroll through your social media, so just put a timer in your phone for 10 minutes, because when we start scrolling at the social media platforms, we tend to forget time. So 10 minutes become 20 minutes and we do not even realize. So put timers for yourself, cut away all the distractions and stop procrastinating, and focus on the work that you want to do. So these were the tips that will help you in becoming more productive or more efficient. It is from a book called The 7 Habits of Effective People. It is by Stephen Covey, as I have mentioned earlier. So if you want, you can read that book also. It will really help you. So this was it for today's video. I will see you guys in my next video. Till then, keep smiling and stay happy.